Welcome to the JJ and Pug Show. It is December 5th, 2024.
Why are you talking so low?
Recording from the Highland Community Podcast Studios, this is Fall Out Boy! I don't know why, I just feel like
You love Fall Out Boy. You and Carl. They're
good,
and it's fitting you're wearing a Saguaro Fire hat.
This is for you, Carl. This is for you, Carl. So this song is What a Time to Be Alive.
Is this an old song or new? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. I'd say it's newer, but probably still 2 or 3 years old.
I've never even heard it.
No, dude, I love Fall Out Boy. Carl made this point. The other day we were playing pickleball, and I didn't want to like straight up agree with him, but at the same time, I totally think he's right, and that is Fall Out Boy is a modern day U2, where every album they release is different than the last.
Oh.
They are not like static.
That's a good reference.
I thought that was too, because I'm like, dude, that's true about U2.
Oh.
Like once kind of late into the 80s, everything started getting a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Fall Out Boy. They are not the same punk rock band they started out as.
Something in like 2000?
Well, no, they lose something like 10 or something like that.
I remember in high school they had it was TRL, right? They had a music video.
Oh yeah, it was the 1, 2, 3, 14. Everyone's like 1, 2, 3, 14. What? Like, Bono, what are you doing?
It was a different song. I don't know that song.
No, it was Elevation. It was Elevation, 100%.
I don't know. You may be right. It doesn't sound familiar. You're absolutely maybe right.
I guarantee that was the song, because I do like U2. I think U2 is really good. They're one of those like, I don't know, classic rock. I don't know if I call them rock band, but like hip rock, hop rock, pop rock. I don't know what to call them.
Pop rock. That's it.
Whatever. I like them. I think U2's like been revolutionary. They're really good. They got
With or Without You is what I was thinking.
Oh, that was like 1989.
No.
Yeah, that's from the Joshua Tree album.
Okay, well that's what what's the one I can see the music video on TRL. Like it's like a black and white video.
I'm telling you, it's Elevation.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't argue with you.
Elevation.
No, I don't know that.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Well, either way, that's what it is. I'm telling you right now.
You're probably right. I believe.
Okay. So this is the sports podcast, and we got a couple things to talk about. One, how about them freaking Sun Devils, man?
Dude, what is going on?
It's crazy.
Like, okay, the idea, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would even say in my adult life, at least currently, that the Sun Devils will be given, if they win, they will be given a shot to play eventually for the national championship.
For a national championship.
Like in the playoff pool.
Yes.
You're like, what?
Okay, I think, and I don't know this, I think in my lifetime, the Sun Devils have had 10-win seasons 5 times. I think it was the 1986 season, which was the year I was born. I think it was the 96 season. That's 2. I think...
Was that when Pat Tillman played for them?
96 was the Jay Plummer.
And when they went to the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. And I think the next year, 97, might not have been. I don't remember if that was the case. That's the one I'm iffy about. But I know they did it 2 times with Todd Graham. Right? And both times with Todd Graham ended in failure. It was unfortunate, but you know what? Hey, they were doing the thing. They didn't work out. Dude, they've got 10 wins this year, 10-2. They are playing for the Big 12 championship against Iowa State, which is crazy to say this. They are favored to win. Like, they're favored to win this game.
You sent me that article about the coach giving his bonus.
That's okay.
This guy's just
next, because I am excited to talk about that. We are talking about a team that could possibly win. I had to let him finish that line. We are possibly looking at a Big 12 championship, the first year in the Big 12, the year in which they were picked to finish 16th out of 16 teams, and they are playing to win the championship. That's this weekend, okay? Good on you, Sun Devils. Amazing. Now, let's talk about how awesome Kenny Dillingham is, the coach.
Yeah.
Local kid, went to ASU. He's an alumni. He's 34 years old, Jason. 34, dude. We got this guy by 4 years.
And he's the head coach.
He's
like the Josh, what's his name? The Rams head coach.
Oh, no, Sean McVay.
Yeah, Sean McVay of college, right? Because he's a young pro quarterback, or pro coach. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's the youngest pro coach, I think, ever.
By far. Oh, yeah. And by far.
He still is the youngest guy. Which is crazy, because he's been the head guy for a long time, and he's had guys that were his assistant coaches that have gotten head coaching jobs. He's still younger. But anyway, Kenny Dillingham, because he got to 10 wins... Well, maybe it was the 9 win. I think it's because he got to 9 wins. He got a $200,000 bonus in his contract. Okay. And he went around to different players or different staffers, off-field staffers, and told them, hey, just want to let you know, you're looking at getting about a $5,000 to $10,000 bonus this week. Didn't tell them why. Didn't tell them what they did. Just told them, hey, that's what's going to happen. And it was between, I think they said, was it 10 people that he said?
Something like that, yeah.
10 to 20. I don't remember what it was. Okay. I think it was 10 to 20 staffers or 15 to 20 staffers, whatever it was. Told them, hey, you guys are going to get yourself a bonus. Okay. Didn't tell them what they did. Didn't tell them anything. And they got a $10,000 to $15,000 or $5,000 to $10,000 bonus. All of them. What he didn't tell them, he was paying them.
Yeah.
He was giving them his $200,000 bonus and divvying it up amongst everybody that works for the Sun Devils. How freaking cool is that?
That's just it's I don't know if to call it noble. It's just a good
good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. He's recognizing how hard people have worked to get him there, and success in college is not one person. It's not one guy. It's a team effort from the guy who's the equipment manager all the way through the head coach. Like, they're all important people. They all play a role, whether you think your role is important or not. You're part of the team.
Yeah.
And for him to do that, that's just great.
And I don't care who you are, man. Getting an extra $5,000 to $10,000, that feels great.
I take it. Slip me in. Fine. I go to Vegas right now. Let's go.
Dude, for me,
$5,000 on black. Let's go.
I'll go mow that grass at Sun Devil Stadium. If that means I can get a $5,000 to $10,000 bonus every year. For real, man. I'm on board. But not only that,
Gump that thing, man.
Yeah, dude, that's really the way to live. I remember hearing about that way Brett Favre retired. He literally would just mow grass. He'd mow the high school. He'd mow his neighbors. That's just what he did. I'm like, man, what a great retirement. Just get on a riding lawnmower and mowing grass.
It would have to be a riding lawnmower for sure.
100%. Yeah,
I would have like a razor looking riding lawnmower with the speakers, like just like chilling in my own world, dude.
Polaris lawnmower.
It'd be a super lawnmower, bro. Put turbo on that thing, bro.
Oh, dude,
I look like Bobby Boucher going down the road when I wasn't mowing lawn.
What a great callback. But for real, like I just feel like Kenny Dillingham is pressing all the right buttons. I remember thinking that last year on a 3-win team, but dude, on a 10-win team, he's going to go and play for the Big 12 championship. Good for you, Sun Devils. Good for you, Kenny Dillingham. Cam Scadaboo, freaking love you, man. Like, awesome.
The way you just said Big 12 championship made me just think of a thing I saw. It was a picture, and it said Texas A&M in Texas, and it said number of times in the SEC championship, and it has Texas A&M from when they got into it all the way down to current, and it says no on all of them, and then it says 2024 for Texas. Yes. It's just funny.
But I can't remember what coach this was. Dang, I think I might have sent it to you. Maybe I didn't. It was a coach. Can't remember who he's playing for or who he's coaching for, but he was making this point about how dumb conference realignment is and how dumb the college football playoff committee is. Okay, he's saying, look, we have Oregon playing for the Big Ten championship, and they are first year into Big Ten. They're a Pac-12 team, but they're going to play for the Big Ten championship. Okay, that's dumb. Texas, first year in the SEC. They are a Big 12 team playing for the SEC championship. Pretty stupid there, right? Pretty dumb.
It's
Arizona
all dumb.
State, first year in the Big 12, playing for the Big 12 championship. Okay? This is all because of the stupid conference realignment. And we had always said, by the way, that the Pac-12 was no good. The Pac-12 isn't good enough to compete. And guess what? They got 2 teams from the ex-Pac-12 playing for the championships in their new leagues.
Yeah, and for them to say that they weren't good enough, maybe the Pac-12 was just that good.
Maybe the Pac-12 was actually all right.
It was hard to be like really good in the Pac-12 because you weren't just Alabama mowing people over in your conference,
or playing Mercer in in week 10,
Vanderbilt,
or getting a Vanderbilt school, and which, by the way, they lost to Vanderbilt. Suck it, Alabama. And the other thing that's stupid about this, when it comes to the playoff committee, Alabama's got 3 losses, and they are still ranked ahead of ASU. 3 losses, and they're elevation.
No, beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
This is the song I was thinking of the whole time.
Okay.
And Elevate I've never heard, but this one
you've heard Elevation.
I'm sure I have.
Look it up.
I'll have to.
I promise you've heard Elevation.
So, anyway, you're right.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes, that's the one.
Anyway.
Sky above.
Oh, sorry. Don't let it go away. I love it, dude. Like I said, I'm a fan of them. I thought it was going to be Elevation for sure. But anyway, good on you, Sun Devils. I wanted to get that out of the way. Kenny Dillingham, I put it on there. Dilly, dilly. I wish I'd have gotten that sound. I should have got that sound. Dilly, dilly.
Oh,
way to go, man.
Dilly, dilly. The beer mugs. Right?
Yeah, exactly. The Bud Light. Dilly, dilly. The other thing that I think is stupid here, and this is just because I love to bag on USC, their guy. You looking it up right now?
Yeah, I don't know this song.
You know the song.
No.
You don't know this song? This was easily just as big as Beautiful Day.
So.
Oh, well.
I don't. Oh, is that Tomb Raider?
I don't know. I'm watching the music video, so I have no idea.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Lincoln Riley was the head coach for Oklahoma with Caleb Williams, if you recall. Caleb Williams wins the Heisman. Lincoln Riley takes the job with USC because USC is a private university, does not have to disclose how much it pays its coaches. But some of the things that I saw that USC was willing to do to get him to move was incredible. Okay. The amount of real estate package that they gave him, I'm talking about real estate package that they gave him, insane. He has been nothing but a massive disappointment at USC. And honestly, he was a massive disappointment in Oklahoma too. They didn't win crap with him there. Okay. The only time that they actually got to the college playoff, if I remember, was with Kyler Murray as their quarterback, which they lost to Alabama in the first round. And he hasn't taken USC anywhere. USC consistently has one of the worst defenses in college football, even though there is no place you would rather be to recruit, right? Maybe Texas.
Texas is probably would.
Maybe the University of Texas has got the most going for it when it comes to like, hey, we're in a major city. We've got great, amenities around the university.
And we have Texas to pull from with in-state tuition.
Exactly. But then you think of USC. Dude, USC is in Los Angeles. For the longest time, that was the pro football program in the whole city. It's the second largest city, if not it is the second largest city in the whole country. It's got the Pacific Ocean. I mean, it's got everything going. It's got the best weather in the freaking world. Having said all this, you know how much I hate California. I don't want to live there.
But it's in California.
It's in California. But, I mean, think about it from just a perspective of, hey, I'm trying to recruit some 18-year-old high school kids to come play for me. I mean, could it get any better than that?
It would be really hard. See, those are two tough ones, dude, because my recruiting tool, if I was a player, like trying to recruit people to help the coach, it'd be for the chicks. What kind of chicks you into, bro? You want a beach scene or do you want some cowgirls?
Bro, you can get that too at USC, man.
It's not the same.
It may not be, but I'm telling you, like, you get just about everything you want at USC.
I saw a picture of Texas girls, and it said, "This is why I should go to Texas University." And I'm like,
"Did you see that thing? I just sent this to you today when it comes to like why athletes go to the SEC."
Oh, I think that was it.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah, I think that was it. No, I was like, that's why I would go.
I get it. But anyway, what was it? So Lincoln Riley apparently is trying to be poached by the University of Central Florida. UCF, University of Central Florida in Orlando, a Big 12 school.
Money talks, though.
But here's the thing. I think they're trying to do it because USC is saying, get this guy out of here. We made a massive mistake.
Maybe.
We can't win anything with this guy. He is no good. We have been a middling team, even though Caleb Williams was apparently the best quarterback in the country, had a worse season with USC than he did before.
And he sucks now.
Yeah, well.
Sorry. It just came out. I didn't mean
I just want to get out there.
Suck now. That's about. He's a professional.
He's okay.
He's just not doing as well as he was projected.
Yeah,
the punter is punting more than he told him he would.
Very good. That was great. Oh man, we're gonna find that tweet. Oh, that's a good point. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about college football because I love college football, but like I said this a couple times in the past, are we ever gonna love it like we did? I'll say this: ASU is doing a good job making me feel like I'm gonna love it, but at the same time, transfer portal just
opened. Get rid of. I wish they'd get rid of that. I wish they'd go back, like keep the NIL,
or at least restrict it a little bit more.
We're like, keep the NIL. I love that they're getting money. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because colleges for too long have banked on players and people. Yeah, but the transfer portal is a joke.
At least I would feel like or
commit them to like, hey, if you transfer, you can't play the next year. And you don't redshirt.
Which used to be.
And you don't redshirt. So you can't
give up a year of eligibility.
You give up a year of eligibility if you go and transfer. Then you have less people. But it's really hard to get behind people when you're like, oh, hey, this year they're here, but next year they'll just go somewhere else because they think they're better than they are.
Yeah. I don't know. And that's a hard thing. It's like, I heard somebody on ESPN even talk about it, where it's like, college football is more professional than professional sports. Because in real life, let's say if you're not in sports, you can change your job today.
Yeah.
I could change my job today. I can move anywhere I want. But in college, in professional sports, that's not the case. You sign a contract, you're stuck with that team, right?
I wish I could get NIL money if I switched jobs.
That would be great. That would be great.
Like, hey, listen, I'll put a patch on my shoulder that says Nike, no problem, bro. You want to give me some money to do it? I'll tattoo that crap on my arm, dude. Let's go.
Did you see the Trevor Lawrence hit?
Yeah, I did. I watched it live, actually. I was watching Red Zone, yeah.
So what were your thoughts?
Totally dirty. There's two foods for thought, okay? Let's talk offensively, right? Trevor Lawrence did what he was supposed to do. He gave himself up. Like, he's doing what he should. Clearly going to slide. I get it. Okay, so, like, I don't think there's any wrongdoing by him. Now, objectively, for the defensive side, before we smash him, because what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Have you played defense, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we were fast, but not NFL
I was
fast.
not that fast.
To slow down or to think, and that changes so fast, right? They rely on these defenders to really do a lot real quick. So, like, you kind of feel for the guy a little bit because, like, look, how do you...
Defense has never been more hard or harder...
Right.
in the NFL than it is today.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're just they have to watch how they hit them. When they hit them, are they defenseless? There's so many rules versus just hitting the guy with the ball. But that being said, it's the forearm. It's the way. It's the extra little bit, right? And I don't blame the scuffle afterwards. Like, I don't blame any of that.
In fact, you know what? I never had a huge thing for Evan Ingram, the tight end.
Yeah.
I immediately said, okay, I'll stand up and salute you, man. Yeah. Because he immediately came flying in there and threw Al-Shaair to the ground because of the way he hit the quarterback. And I loved that the entire Jaguars team, we may suck, but you are not hitting our guy like that.
Well, and that's the thing, like, in a sport of professionals, right? Like, you can't, like, when guys roll, like, break an ankle or something on a tackle, those are tear an ACL.
Yeah.
Look, dude, nobody means for that to happen.
Right.
That kind of malicious hit. Now, one would think Ray Lewis tried to kill people all the time, and I would say he did, but he did it legally within the sport, right?
Yeah,
within
because
the game.
all of those crazy hits that he and everybody before him did were legal. We talked about that throw that Caleb Williams threw to DeAndre Swift 20 years ago. DeAndre Swift's not playing ever anymore.
Because the game's changed.
Yeah, and now all that guy did is he pulled up and Swift walked out of bounds. Like, okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
But 20 years ago, when it was legal...
they had a hit stick involved in the Madden game for a reason.
There's a reason why. Hit stick was invented because of Ray Lewis.
Oh, what a great time to be alive. I'm so glad that we got to experience when that happened. These kids have it now, but they don't understand what it's like to not have it.
Bro.
And then to get the hit stick.
They have no idea how revolutionary
2004, 2005?
I think it was like 04, 05.
That first game, hit stick was out of control.
Dude, it was
you
so
were
cool.
trucking people.
Oh, dude, it was so cool. I remember the year before they came up with the truck stick.
Yeah.
Running back with the truck stick.
Yep.
Dude, the hit stick.
The hit stick changed the game of Madden at the time, big time, but I don't play Madden anymore. So.
Salute to you, Ray Lewis, and the hit stick, babe, because it was his thing.
It was his thing, absolutely. And he made a name for himself because you did not want to go over the middle with Ray Lewis. Like, and same with Cam Chancellor, same with these guys from, these other free safety, Sean Taylors of the world, right?
Sean Taylor, dude. Rest in peace, bro.
These are guys that, like, you just, like...
That was how they made their career. That's how they got to the NFL, being vicious.
They were missiles of violence, And that's how they did it. It's great.
And again... Legal. These were legal hits.
This was not, and it was very.
And let's not say illegal this year. It's been illegal for years.
And again, most people don't go after. Most people. The problem is there's one play that you think of when you think of a guy who's gonna slide, but then doesn't even run the touchdown.
I got two, and I can think of.
Is he a North Dakota guy? South Dakota State?
No. It was Pitt. It was.
Pitt. Yes.
It was a guy from Pitt. It was. Oh gosh, dang! What he drafted by the Steelers. He ended up kind of sucking. Now he's the backup with the Eagles. Why can't I think of the Pickens?
You're right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because he did the fake slide in college
and then ran a touchdown.
Totally duped him.
I get it, right? But you've got to know. I'm pretty sure it was.
Why can't I think of his first name?
I don't.
No, George Pickens is the receiver. What's this guy's freaking name?
No, I thought Pickens is the.
No, Pickens is the receiver. He's number 14. He's the wide receiver for the Steelers.
Okay.
He was number 8. Why? I can see his face. Oh, dude, I hate it when this happens, man. We were just talking about how we have endless space for useless knowledge, and it's eluding me at this moment. Kenny. Is his name Kenny?
That's Kenny Pickens.
It is Kenny Pickens.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? Pickens.
No, it is QB Kenny Pickens.
Okay, then who's the receiver that I'm thinking of? Is it George Pickens too?
There is a George Pickens.
Is he the wide receiver for the Steelers, number 14? I know his name's George.
George Pickens, American football player.
They're both named Pickens? Mm-hmm. Wow. Why did I not realize that before?
For the Steelers. There you go.
He's
so you were right both ways. So you're good.
Okay. All right.
Well, the guy exists.
Kenny Pickens. All right.
So he does a fake slide.
And I remember Patrick Mahomes doing something similar.
And that's
not exactly the same, but similar when he got to the sideline and everybody thought, oh, he's going to walk out.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't.
He got like 3 extra yards and then walked out. Like something stupid where it's like, bro, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, you're just asking. And again, as a defender, how are you supposed to know?
But see, I think they protect the quarterback way too much nowadays.
They do.
But that particular one, Trevor Lawrence is literally like falling back, sliding. He's giving himself up.
There is nobody would look at Trevor Lawrence and say he's not giving up.
Right.
And the one person that did actually was the head coach for the Texans. He's clearly standing up for his guy. But even then,
like, bro, come on.
Yeah, as I'm listening to him, like, you're straight lying, dog. I know you're standing up for your guy.
Trevor Lawrence goes forward and dives forward. Different story. Totally different. But when you see a quarterback of all people sliding back down, like he's falling backwards.
Yeah.
Just let up, dude.
Also,
I don't know.
The point that you made, and I wanted to hammer on this. He went in there with a forearm, dude.
Yes.
He went in.
He led with the forearm.
He was going to try and lay him out.
He was trying to hurt him.
Exactly.
And that's wrong. And see, and I'm a fan of like, you prevent this stuff by, there's one, you have to do harsh and hard penalties for these guys immediately, or else you lose your,
you lose your credibility.
Oh, I'm only going to pay $20,000. Like for these guys, that's 5 minutes of playing. You know what I mean? Like they're making $20,000 in 5 minutes. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
$20,000's nothing to you and I. $20,000's like, whoa, bro,
that's gonna kill me, bro.
Right? Like you want me to give you, but these guys are like, who cares? When you got Dak Prescott, these guys are making $40 million a year. They're making $400,000 a quarter.
Dude, I don't hate. I just got this notification. I almost thought it can't be real.
The Mesa Community College thing.
Well, actually, no, not bad. Bill Belichick is in talks with the University of North Carolina. For their head coaching job.
Take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter. Sorry, Petey Pablo song. North Carolina.
Dude, can you believe Bill Belichick going to college?
Dude, here's the thing. What a great play. Because you could literally, picture this. You're a college that's not known for football. You're known for basketball.
Yeah.
You really are. Like, you had some decent games come out of North Carolina. Like, you see the Tar Heels in their little bright baby blue and their white outfits.
Great. I love their jersey,
right.
Man.
So you see you'll see like highlight reel plays on Sports Center, some of their crap, right? But you're not talking about them. What's going to happen now? If you had a chance to change your whole dynamic.
Drake May was a quarterback. He's looking pretty good.
Right. But still, you've had one. Name the last guy out of North Carolina. Michael Jordan. See what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? In football. No, think about it.
Listen, what you're saying, I understand what you're saying.
It's a great marketing ploy.
But it's Bill Belichick.
He's 70. He wants to coach.
But he didn't want to. Why would he want to coach in college?
But why not, bro? Because the money talks. The same reason why
Nick Saban just bailed on college. The exact same reason.
Well, and the transfer portal is a reason I wouldn't want to coach in college.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And well, whatever. I guess we'll see if that happens. But that's freaking nuts. And not only that, but they just fired an old guy, Mac Brown. Let's go hire another old guy who's never been a college coach. We tried that here in Arizona. Listen, as an ASU fan, North Carolina, we tried that. Herm Edwards was a failure in every respect. Don't go down that road. And Bill, don't go down that road, Bill. Come back to the NFL next season.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys need you.
The Chicago Bears are open. I'm just saying.
No, Jeremy, no.
I would love that because I would love to see what he would do.
My brother-in-law would love it too, but no.
Imagine.
No.
Bill Belichick is Caleb Williams' head coach.
Fired.
Imagine the tension that would exist in this free spirit Caleb Williams painting his fingernails.
Fingernails painted.
And Bill Belichick
with his cutoff hoodie.
Oh my gosh. Dude. Yeah, no. I want to see that. I want to see that.
It would be funny, but no. Cowboys need him. Next year's our year.
Bro, it's every year. It's perpetual. It's evergreen. Every year's our year.
So bad. I can't not. It's like I can't not be a fan. I don't know what to do.
Dude, here's a question I have. Legitimate question. Well, now I don't care. We've already talked about the hit. I was just saying, do you think the 3-game suspension is good enough?
No. So my point, we can go back to that because I think it should be harder. Like you're done the rest of the year. Sorry, but because if you do that, you set the tone. The rest of the league knows.
I don't know if I'd say a whole year.
No. The rest of the year.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying I don't know if I'd say that. But I think 3 games is good.
But 3 games, you're at week 12. You got 15-game season. Texans
we're probably 13.
Week 13, so 16 games.
Yeah, so I mean, we're talking like
you come back. There's 2 games left, and you're probably not going to make the playoffs. The Texans haven't been great.
No, but they do lead their division.
Oh, of course, they do.
The AFC South is
a crap
the worst
because it's the Jaguars, them, and
so we're going into week 14 right now. That means he weeks 4, so he'll be in for 17 and 18. And that would be the stretch run. I think 4 games is what they should have given him, but I don't know how they could get away with that with the NFLPA.
Or maybe you say like a 6-game one, right? You do a 6-game, and then they would negotiate it to 4, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But to come with 3, he's going to miss 1. That's what's going to happen, right?
Well,
like
no, the 3 is final.
Oh, it's final.
It's the final suspension.
Yeah. I just don't feel like it's enough. Because I agree. You want to set the bar. You want, if you set the bar hard and harsh enough, right? It's like, listen, if you were...
Because we're talking about the brain here. Because you saw Trevor Lawrence's arm do that fencing thing where he just stiffened. Like he clearly...
That's what I'm saying. If you set it harsh enough, if you knew right now, we were back to old medieval days, right? Even today's world, if you knew if you stole something, you had your hand cut off.
You ain't going to steal.
And guess what? A few people would because they'd want to see if it happened. But once you start people walking around with no hand, you're like, hey, kids, see that?
For real.
That's why we don't steal. So, like, if you did this to this guy, right, you say, hey, look, dude, he was gone the rest of the year, 6-game suspension and a $200,000 fine. Like, you're not going to hit a quarterback going down like that. We are not. We are trying to protect players. Running backs don't do this. Nobody else does it. Trevor Lawrence is a guy. Now, listen, I know they protect the quarterbacks way too much. You might as well put a red freaking jersey on them and tell them they're not touchable.
Having said that, the rule applies for anybody who's giving themselves up.
Right.
And that applies now.
Which really is usually a kicker who's picked up an onside kick or something stupid, unless you're Pat McAfee.
I couldn't ever imagine that happening. Or look, what you said, or it's a quarterback.
Right.
That's I do remember seeing a receiver or two do it at the end of the game to keep the clock going type thing.
And that's different. Those are different circumstances. The defense isn't coming in trying to crush them. They're just, hey, I'm going to lay down. Or like there was a running back that did it a couple years when they were ahead. He went to the 1 yard line and just laid down. Right.
I think it was Saquon.
Yeah, I think
everybody was pissed off because he would like ruin their fantasy weeks or something like that. Of course, of course, the bettors are mad.
You didn't cover the spread. Exactly. But anyway, I don't think it's enough.
What are the freaking Cowboys doing winning? What are you doing that for,
bro? Listen,
that's 2 wins in a row, dude.
Listen, this is why I thought this was fantastic. Okay. I've told you about this before, but I don't even know how many games I am up on my buddy and I's bet. Like we bet every Giants game, every game since Dak Prescott has been in the league, we've bet, and I am undefeated.
Dude, that's
I'm
sad.
At the point where I'm like, should I bet money in Vegas on this? I'm winning stuff from jerseys to helmets to shirts to hats to whatever, and I'm like, he can't say no because he's like, maybe this year. And I thought for sure this would be the year. Same thing happened. My buddy Dave calls me, right? He's a Redskins fan.
Oh, you told me about that one.
And he gets, we won. So I get lunch out of that.
But here's the thing that's crazy. This was the battle of backup quarterbacks.
Phenomenal Cooper Rush.
Dude, the freaking Gatorade flavor's getting it done, dude.
Hey, buddy, whatever it takes.
But how, as you as a fan, feel good about that? How can you feel good about that?
Well, look, Cooper Rush, I mean, last time when he was an actual starter, when Dak got hurt the first time, he was 5-1, 5-2. Like, he's not a pro level starting
quarterback. That felt like smoke and mirrors when he did that. I remember that.
But he's not, he's a worse Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? Like, he's going to come in and win you some games. You got to expect him to win some especially against another backup quarterback.
I'm gonna pull back on the Ryan Fitzpatrick because Ryan Fitzpatrick could come in and throw for 400 yards.
But Cooper
Rush is just going to go in there and just not screw up.
Cooper Rush is not that.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is a guy that he's going to come in. You never know, but he's probably going to win you some games, and he's going to have a beard doing it. It's dope. We're gonna make a Fitzpatrick comparison later that I'm excited to talk about. Right. So he's not him. Cooper Rush is going to win you some games that are closer with a backup quarterback playing. If the Giants had a quarterback that was worth the dink, I actually thought it was going to be Cooper Rush and DeVito playing each other.
It was,
and then they changed it.
Oh yeah, that's right. DeVito got hurt, right? Because it ended up being Drew Lock.
He was on the bench. No, he didn't get hurt. He was on the bench in full uniform.
They just sucked the game before.
Last second, they just said we're going to put Drew Lock in, and Drew Lock didn't do terrible.
No,
for a guy that I don't even know the last time he played was.
Probably in Denver when he got drafted.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't remember him playing at all in Seattle.
So he came in and he played football. He throws some good passes. He ran a touchdown.
I remember him running that one in. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, am I happy about them winning? Sure, because I want to bet. But at this point, I'm like, look, every time we win, that's one game more that they say Mike McCarthy may should stay. And I'm like, no, we need to lose every game here on out.
That's what I'm saying. How could you be happy? Not only from draft position. Okay, now you've got 3 games up on the Giants. The Giants are looking good for number 1 overall. Now, I don't know who's going to be the number 1 overall pick, but they're looking good at it. While you're 5 wins.
Jerry Jones don't think about nothing besides money and himself, dude. So it doesn't matter.
100% true on that one.
That's too far ahead. You're talking April next year. He doesn't care. He didn't think
about it. You guys are tied with the Dolphins at
Let's
5-7. 5-7 with the Dolphins.
Did you know that Tyreek Hill has 11 children?
I did.
Okay, did you hear what the latest thing?
No.
5 of them? Guess when they were born?
this year, right?
Yeah.
I did know about that one. Yeah, I knew about that one.
Bro, what are we doing? Like, I don't understand.
And he's married, by the way.
These are, how do you have 5 kids in 1 year? You have to have tons of women.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
And I just don't, I know Andrew Tate would tell you that it's not a big deal, right? But it is a big deal. I'm like, bro.
It is.
Like, because
we talked about this with Cam Newton.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like, I can't get behind. I can't support that, dude.
No.
I don't care. You got all the money in the world. You can't tell me you can be there for all those kids.
You won't be. And that's what I remember talking about with Cam Newton, how he's got 8 kids and 3 baby mamas. Like, bro, you're creating broken homes all over the place.
How many baby mamas does Tyreek have if you had 5 kids in 1 year?
That's at least 5.
At least. Unless
5.
he had a set of twins.
I don't think that's true.
Unless he had quintuplets.
Pretty sure that's not the case.
I could be wrong. Yes. I may retract my whole statement next week.
And not only that, but here's the thing. How many pro athletes have gone down this road of having multiple kids with multiple women thinking that, I can totally afford this, and then end up bankrupt because child support kills them, and they're dumb. Tyreek Hill, you are dumb. I don't care if you could pass an IQ test higher than me right now. You are dumb.
I'm going to be honest. If I'd have made the NFL because of this stuff, I'd have got a vasectomy done immediately. Just because of that reason, right? Like, freeze it or do something. I would freeze this stuff so I could have them later. We could do the in vitro thing. But guess what? I'm not doing this baby mama bullcrap because how can you honestly think even that they didn't do it on purpose?
How could you possibly believe that
they love you, Tyreek?
Yes.
No, they don't, bro.
And there's no way he knows that either. He's got to know that.
No, he's just out playing around. He's thinking with the wrong head, dude.
Do you remember? Yeah. Now, you ain't the first man to be guilty of that. Listen.
Guilty. You know,
guilty.
That happens.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, bro, like, come on.
You're just, Tyreek Hill, not only do I hate you for my fantasy team, but you're an idiot.
Yeah,
you're just an idiot, man.
Just dumb.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, Packers beat the Dolphins because the Dolphins have no idea how to play in cold weather. Cowboys beat the Giants because they're dumb and the Giants suck. Bears lose to the Lions not because they were the worst team that year, that day, but because they were the dumbest team that day.
I'll never understand what they were thinking. How do you have 23 seconds left after the ball goes, you go down, and you can't get a playoff
with a timeout?
Like, what were they saving the timeout for?
Because he wanted to use it in the press conference, I guess.
No joke.
The one he got fired on after. He got fired after the press conference.
But I don't...
First head coach in Chicago Bears 105 season history to be fired in season.
Well, I'm sorry, that was terrible. You could have beat the best team in the league.
Yeah, and you should have.
Absolutely,
you should have. You should have at least.
They were just down by 3, right? Yeah, they could have got a field goal. But how do you not call a timeout? Okay. Furthermore, let's just take the coach out of the game. There are 11 of you on the field. You know you've got 23 seconds. Caleb Williams, you're an idiot, but you're not dumb, dude.
So I heard the explanation was that he did not know that they had another timeout. Did not know
the coach.
Caleb Williams didn't know there's a timeout.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. I look at that in the coach and say, you make sure that the quarterback knows, hey, listen, we got a timeout right here. If you look at the defense,
have a headset.
That's what I'm saying. You look at the defense. If you don't like what you see, you call timeout because this is it. We have 30 seconds left.
Here's
the game. That's it.
You call a timeout anyway because
you as a coach, when you see Caleb Williams get up to the line and just slowly survey with absolutely no urgency at all, and you see that clock ticking down, when it hits 15 seconds, you're timeout.
I want a couple plays at the end zone before I kick a field goal.
Yeah, it's at 15 seconds. You could run 2 more plays, incompletions. Nothing to the middle of the field, right?
No,
nothing to the middle of the field. One to the end zone, maybe, and maybe you get one to the sideline a little bit closer so we can get a better field goal, right? Maybe that's what you do.
Better get out of bounds.
You better get out of bounds. What I'm saying is, you don't watch that play clock just continually go. Like, how could you do that?
You're a professional.
That guy's a professional.
That's a junior high football coach mistake.
Yes. And all of that.
You know what?
Caleb Williams, that is a Pop Warner quarterback mistake.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
You got a massive screen in front of you with the clock ticking down, the play clock ticking down in distance.
And what else does it have on those things? Every one of them have it. A hash for how many freaking timeouts you have left.
Yes.
There's a light for it.
There's a light for it, man. There's these scoreboards have everything.
It's out of control.
That to me was the most inexplicable. And this, by the way, from a team that has not won a game since the Hail Mary loss. Okay.
And
they have cratered
Bro, and these guys make more money in 1 year than we're going to make in a lifetime. Unless my crypto hits. Well, thank you, Donald Trump. But anyway, but seriously, like, and you're getting paid to make these decisions. I'm dude, pay me. You could pay me minimum league fees, and I'd play in the NFL for the rest of my life. I wouldn't care. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the love of the game, and I can get paid a little bit. Sure, I don't need it. Like that would be great. But these guys are complaining about how much money they don't get, and you're like, bro, you don't even know how many timeouts you have. That, in fact, my next contract, if I was the owner and Caleb Williams walks in and he goes, well, I want more money, bro. You remember this date and this time? You didn't even know it was Thanksgiving. I don't know if you remember. I was eating a turkey, and you didn't even know how many timeouts we had left to beat the best team in the league. I don't think you're getting that.
And not only that, not just best team in the league, you're in division rival. Like,
which is a huge confidence booster for a team.
Just a completely inexcusable loss. Listen, you kick the field goal and you miss it. That happens. In fact, it happened to you guys, a week or 2 weeks before where you got one blocked. Like, it happens. It totally does.
That's not your fault.
No. At least you manage the game right.
Right, and that's a defensive player on special teams making a play. And you can't be mad because you're all professionals on the field, right? No matter what, you're all professionals, whether it's the kickoff team or what, you're all a professional football player. So you got to expect some of the time that's going to happen. Some guy's going to get his arm up, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, bro, that's just a bad call.
Okay. Chargers beat the Falcons. Does Kirk Cousins need to get benched after throwing 4 picks?
Yes. No. And you know why? Because of how the draft went. I don't think you do it. Because I think you'll lose, the city will lose Kirk. Okay. Kirk will lose the city.
Here's the thing. One, in that game, I heard it reported that Kirk Cousins did not throw a single football over 35 miles an hour, which is, hard to fathom that his arm was that weak. Hard to fathom that he could not throw a ball over 35 miles an hour. A professional quarterback. That being said, he signed a 4-year, $160 million contract this offseason. $160 million with $100 guaranteed.
I know.
Let's say you bench him. You've got a guy making $40 million a year on your bench.
Perfect.
Sounds
right up the alley.
Now, let's go ahead and start Michael Penix Jr., who nobody understood why you drafted him when you drafted him with the number 8 overall pick after you signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $160 million contract. Let's start Michael Penix Jr., who we have no idea whether or not he can play in the NFL. He's a rookie who's been sitting on the bench. And you did this, perceivably, from my outside view, you did it because you wanted to emulate the Green Bay Packers model of we have a veteran, draft a rookie learns under the veteran. When the veteran gets to the point where he can't play anymore, let him walk, let the rookie play. It's worked famously for the Green Bay Packers for 30 years.
Right, but you just have to write out these kind of bad games.
You do. And I'm with you on that. I think benching Kirk Cousins now is crazy.
You can't.
I think it's a crazy talk.
And you show no confidence in your quarterback. Look, I get it. You're a baller. You're a player. We're all entitled to a bad day. And sometimes a bad day comes at the expense of 4 picks and a loss, dude.
The Falcons are 6-6. They're not out of anything. They are still in their division. They can
just let it go.
Yes.
I'm sure nobody's hurting themselves more.
Remember when Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions? Yeah. Was anybody saying bench Jared Goff? No, they weren't. Now, I understand why you'd say that about Kirk Cousins because we kind of know who Kirk Cousins is. Right. He's an okay quarterback. That's what he is. He's an okay guy. And he really knows how to cash in. Good for him. The Steelers, they continue to win weird games. 44-38 over the Bengals. The Bengals continue to lose even though Joe Burrow is unbelievable this year.
Best fantasy football quarterback I have.
Dude,
I have him.
I sent you this because I wanted to make sure I had the stats here. And I'm gonna look while you talk. I'm gonna look it up because these stats that he's put up in these last 6-7 games is truly remarkable.
I think, did you send me the stats with the whole thing for the past couple of years, that quarterback with the ratio or whatever?
Here it is. Right now, this season, Joe Burrow has thrown for 3,337 yards, 30 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, completing 67.7% of his passes. Incredible stuff. Okay. Let's also look at this right here. The last, 5 games, Joe Burrow has led the offense to score 33, 38, 34, 27, and 38 points.
And they're all losses.
They lost scoring 38 points twice.
Which is crazy in the NFL.
That is unbelievable.
The defense sucks.
The defense is atrocious.
They don't get off the bus.
No. What's even crazier, I don't know if this is still the case, but Trey Hendrickson, the right end, the defensive end on the defense, led the league in quarterback pressures and sacks at one point. I mean, he's getting after it, but the rest of the team freaking sucks. Yeah. And Joe Burrow's having a historic season for a team that is, what are they right now? They're 4-8. They're going to be like a top 5 pick. Like, it's just, I feel bad for Joe Burrow and all the offensive players out there who are balling out.
What do you take if you're top 5 pick of the Bengals?
I'm looking at
who, because it's irrelevant.
Yeah. Position wise, obviously you got to look at the defense because your offense ain't broke.
But who? Do you take a middle linebacker? Do you take a free safety?
Honestly, I'd probably take Travis Hunter, the wide receiver cornerback out of Colorado, because he is a legitimate cornerback who could be a very good receiver. And
do you play him both ways?
Nah, not really. I think it was Michael Wilbon saying this, and I kind of agree with it. And that is, you put him on defense because that's where he's going to make the biggest impact. And you kind of have a couple of plays for him on offense.
But the problem is here, when he comes in on offense, he's getting the ball. So you really don't have no surprise.
Maybe.
But why would you not? You're going to look, he's your first option.
You probably don't remember this because you're not a huge Cardinals fan. But Bruce Arians did the same thing with Patrick Peterson. When Patrick Peterson was like 1 or 2, maybe the best cornerback in the league, if he wasn't the best, he was in that conversation. He was also he had great ball skills, right? He could catch, he had really good ball skills. And what Bruce Arians would do is he'd bring him in on offense and run a couple of gadget plays with him. Sometimes he'd get it. More often than not, he was a decoy. And Patrick Peterson also had a really good arm. I remember one play they ran with him where it was a pitch back to him and he threw the ball. I don't think he completed the pass, but it's like, when you got a guy like that that's got those skills, you can use him.
Totally. I think he'll be used. I just don't know.
I think in the pros, Travis Hunter is going to have to specialize. He's not going to be able to go both ways. I just don't see that in
I don't. Well, no, you can start both ways, bro. It'd be really cool.
My brother-in-law did.
I would support it.
My brother-in-law started both ways for the Denver Broncos his rookie season.
What year?
2007.
See, that's just baller status.
He was the starting fullback and the starting middle linebacker for Mike Shanahan's Denver Broncos. Shout out to you, Spencer Larson. That's big time.
Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah.
But it's funny, it's like the same position, though. Like, those guys are built the same. They're like the same build of people do. Yeah. Like, your middle linebacker almost should be your fullback. Imagine Ray Lewis as your fullback.
Oh, bro. You know what's crazy?
That was a missed opportunity for them.
What the Ravens and the Chargers both do, which, by the way, brothers, the head coach of the Chargers and the Ravens, they have a fullback that's like 300 pounds. Dude, they are brawlers down there running the fullback.
I watch, and Allstott was not a fullback, but dude,
but by
he was.
definition,
he was.
But watch that guy play.
I can't turn his highlight reel off when it's on, bro. I get sucked into that reel. I've seen 7 times, and I'm like, I don't care.
I'm watching every play.
Where are these men at? Where did they go, dude?
That style of play is just gone.
And the pads were the shoulder pads were so big.
It's like his head was like right here.
Yeah.
Just popping out just barely.
Just barely over like a little turtle shell.
Okay, so I wanted to say this, and we'll probably not go over the rest of it because, whatever the week was. Okay, 2 things. 1, maybe Bryce Young might have figured it out, man. The Panthers are not the easy out they started out to be, and he has played well. Did you watch that Buccaneers-Panthers game?
No.
Baker
got hurt and then came back, right?
Came back and threw a pick.
Right away. right away. The first play back.
Yes.
That's right.
I remember having serious respect for him because he clearly got his ankle turned and came in, spent 1 play on the sideline, came right back in, bam, pick.
And it was like a pick 6 almost, I think.
Almost, yeah. Didn't get returned all the way,
yeah.
But the point I was going to make is Baker's still bald. He did his thing. Like, he's playing really well. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
But Bryce Young should have won that game if not for a fumble in overtime by Chuba or Chuba. I don't remember how to say his name. Hubbard. Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard, is that what it is? I remember he played at Oklahoma State. But, looked well.
Useless information.
Huh? See, useless information. Yeah, I know that. I couldn't remember the other thing we were talking about earlier. I don't even remember what it was we were talking about earlier.
It's just not important.
It's gone now. But I think Bryce Young might be maybe not a bust. He might not be a bust.
Maybe he just needs work.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. And we were probably way too early to declare it, but he looked so bad before he got benched. And what's crazy is he got benched. Andy Dalton got into a car accident. Not hurt. Right? Not hurt.
Yeah.
Got in a car accident. He couldn't play. And since then, Bryce Young has looked good.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I think you got to give him a shot. I mean, it's not like he's not a good quarterback. He played in college. He was great.
He was great in college.
So it just, maybe you got to get used to something. Because, I mean, we've talked about it before. The speed of the game is completely different. Whether college is fast, but it's not.
Oh, it ain't
It's not the
fast.
Autobahn. It's not the Autobahn of the NFL.
Yeah.
Like it's,
you went from like the
you went
US
to the
60 to
75.
NASCAR.
You went from the 75 mile an hour speed limit zone to Autobahn in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Ain't the same.
It's not the same.
Ain't the same. And not only that, but the other thing was he's just so small.
Yeah.
And slight. Not just like short wise, but thin.
A little fella.
Yeah. Okay. The rest of that, I don't give a crap about. Whatever else happened, the big things we talked about. The Cardinals absolutely crapped the bed. Absolutely crapped the bed. That was, I like Kyler Murray. I'm a fan, right? That was the worst. My camera just like died on me.
Well,
Hold on a second.
I'm at 6%. So.
Oh, let's plug in. We're almost done here. But mine stopped tracking me and everything. I'm gonna have to put this thing back over here. Oh, overheated, can't charge.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the point I was gonna make is this. Kyler Murray played the worst fourth quarter ever. It was awful. He had an intentional grounding penalty, completely inexcusable for a guy in his sixth year. And it was backbreaking.
Oh yeah, that was stupid,
dude. It was
dumb.
horrible. Okay,
no, you didn't even get to. It's just out. It's not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the interception he threw, the first one he threw, I saw somebody clip it. It's like, what in the Will Levis was this?
Yeah, saw that same thing. Yeah,
and it was like, dude, and it was one thing. Okay, you're trying to make a play, throwing it up there. Hopefully, Marvin Sanderson Jr. is going to catch it in the area, bro. He said later he was trying to throw that out of bounds. How do you not get that out of bounds?
I don't, the lack of quarterback's ability to just do a throw a ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, all these guys want to get an extra yard and they end up losing 2. Bro, throw the ball out of bounds. You're just, why? 2 yards in the NFL is not an easy get.
No.
You got to have especially on third, the difference between 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 2 is vast.
Huge. Not only that, let's say it's on first down, okay? You're doing a scrambling drill, okay? And you're like, I can't make this pass. I'm just going to walk out of bounds. Now it's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and that changes your play call.
That completely changes the playing call.
Plays
in both sides. The defense is going to play differently. The offense is going to play something different.
Yep.
So there's that. Like I said, the intentional grounding was inexcusable for a guy that's been in the league as long as he has. Inexcusable. The final drive, okay, if your team is going to get the ball on the 30-yard line, which is what a touchback is now, with 1:17 left in the game and 3 timeouts, and you're down 1 point, is there any belief in you that, we're not going to win this game? You should be like, that's a win.
We're good.
We have 3 timeouts, more than a minute on the 30-yard line. We just got to go 30 yards and kick a field goal. We got this.
Yeah.
The fact that they did not win that game is horrible. It's absolute crap to bed. And, dude, this was in Minnesota. This was our chance. This was the team's chance, man. That would have been a huge win. That was their chance to go in, beat a good team at their place.
You would have set I think the Cardinals would have established themselves as, hey, these guys are players this year.
And instead, they crapped the bed.
They were like, meh, meh, meh.
Like I said, the worst fourth quarter I've seen Kyler Murray, and I'm a believer in him. I'm a hopeful believer, I should say.
I'm not.
I know you're not. I'm a hopeful believer. I want to believe in him because what other choice do I have, dude?
I know.
What other choice do I got?
The mayor of Munchkin Land.
It's like the same thing with you. Like you got Dak Prescott, man. You're stuck with Dak whether you want him or you're not.
Let's not talk about it. At least he's tall.
At least he's tall. At least Kyler's fast.
I know.
But anyway, all right, that's it, guys. We went way over on both segments on this time.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Like fat kids in dodgeball. We're out.
The JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.